Alright, welcome to another tutorial. This is tutorial 2. In the last tutorial, I discussed on how we could make a course folder to get organized and start a new project. Today's tutorial, tutorial 2, we're going to import an asset that we need for the following tutorials and open prototype 1, which is the name of the asset. So I will be putting the link in the description on where you need to go to download the asset. This will be the Unity asset store. So click on that link. And as you guys can see here, this is the link and this is how it will look. Now I've already downloaded this, so you can see now that I'm signed in, because first you need to sign in and then I have this page where I can download the asset. So click on in which case I've already downloaded this asset. Of course I've already downloaded it, so I'm just going to click on open in Unity. Just left click on this and then it'll pop this notification on the very top because of my browser, so I can just click on open Unity editor. So after a while it will open in Unity editor, so this will actually just kick me back to the editor, which is Unity, of course, the project that I had set up for. So you guys can see just opened a new window right here called Asset Store, and this window popped up inside of this editor, Prototype 1, which is our project that we made in the last video. So as you guys can see, where I had that weird view with the grid on it before, it is now the Asset Store. So this is actually one of the windows that I can have in my project. This is the Asset Store window. I can just click on the import button and select import. So it'll take a while. It will be importing the packages. So now back here, it'll open a new window and it'll just give you all the information on what you will be importing. So just ignore that, click on import, and it will be importing into your project. Alright, so actually what I'm going to do now is I don't need this window anymore, this asset store window. So actually if I go to the top of Unity, you see this asset store tab here. I can right click on this tab and click close tab. And it will bring me back to this weird view with the grid and the sun icon and the camera icon here. And now before we go into the explaining this view here, this window in the center, I'm just going to explain what happened really quick when we added the asset package into our project. So at the bottom of Unity is the project window, and this is where all the different assets are stored that we can use for our project that will be saved. For example, at the bottom here, I have the assets folder. Select in the sidebar by clicking on it. I can actually double click on the scenes folder and it will have two scenes here. There's the sample scene, and there's also the prototype scene. So the sample scene is this weird grid and sun and camera icon. That's the sample scene, while the prototype scene is actually our main scene or our main project that we need to work on. So if I click on prototype 1, you can see it'll pop up this road here, and this is the scene that we will be needing for our following Unity tutorials. Alright, so of course, if you go to the course library of this specific asset, you can see there are a lot of things. There are a lot of more other folders here. There is sky, we have vehicles, obstacles, we have ground, and we have another one that is not really important. So all of these folders, if you click on one of the folders, for example, it will have objects that you can import into your project, but we won't be needing that right now. So in fact, if I double click on the vehicle folder right now, you can see there are actually different folders here. They're different objects. So if I click on obstacles, there are of course a lot of different obstacles that we can import into our scene, like a barrel or a crate. There's a barrier here. So there's a lot of different assets that we can use to put into our object. In fact, Our current project has an asset in the scene and to make our lives a bit easier. So this project window is where we can store all the different files and assets that we need as part of our project, like our course library asset, our props, our scenes. When we store all of the different environments that we create for our game, and we'll create some more folders later to add to our project. So we've talked about our projects just a bit, and now that we have this prototype scene open, we can actually just right click on the sample scene and select delete, because we don't need that scene anymore. We just need to work on prototype scene. Okay, so we're going to press delete. So now we just have the prototype scene open here in the center. You guys can see in the scene view. Now this in fact called the scene view, by the way. This is where we'll see the entire game world, the virtual world that we create with our own hands. And in fact, I can look around and I can move in this view, so I can actually right click on my mouse while my mouse is hovering, and I can move around. You can see this entire virtual world that we created. There's some cool looking mountains. There's a road up ahead of us, and we have we got the sky, got some stars. There's a moon. It looks like the sun and the stars. So if you just need to like right click and hover over the scene view, and you can see the entire space, which is pretty cool. As a helpful tip, it's a lot easier to navigate in the scene view. And if you have a mouse with 2 buttons, that's exactly what you need. It's like really easy. You need a mouse with 2 buttons and of course a scroll wheel. Without a mouse, you cannot work with Unity. It will be very hard. So the scroll wheel is an optional though. If you just use a scroll wheel, but having 2 buttons is very important, because the scroll wheel isn't really that important. So of course we can import a lot of different assets into Unity, but we don't need assets right now. We will be needing assets in the future, but for now we can stick with prototype 1. Alright, this was just a short tutorial on how you can import assets and open prototype 1, which is of course our project that we will be using in our future tutorials. So if this tutorial was helpful for you, please do make sure you subscribe and also turn on post notifications, and also like this video to add this video to your favorites. And I will be seeing you guys very soon in the next tutorial, which will be tutorial 3. Bye for now.